Young ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. Once again, you are welcome here on the Eve des Consciences platform. In international news, Iran has just challenged the West. Iran has just defied Western sanctions with two mega projects, two major energy projects that are extremely strategic. Iran doesn't care. Iran is showing the West that they do whatever they want. Iran is a sovereign state. Iran acts in accordance with international law, and therefore, no one can stop Iran's development. I said Iran is tough. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to note that Iran has recently and officially inaugurated two truly significant energy mega projects. This represents a substantial and strategic operational response to the ongoing international pressures and economic sanctions. And these two major projects, you won't believe them. These are extremely ambitious projects. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video conference. But before we continue, I humbly ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. And be sure to give it lots of likes, especially. And as always, don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments. Let's dive deep. Iran launched and inaugurated these two projects just a few days after the cessation of hostilities with Israel. The first project, despite international sanctions, the first project is a crazy one. It's primarily about securing a reliable water supply for its significant Isfahan nuclear site. In other words, Iran wants to supply the region where its site is located with water, since they have water problems. There's a river there, but it doesn't provide enough. So, what is Iran doing? Iran wants to move water from the Persian Gulf to send it to its territory. Yes, to Isfahan. I'm telling you, it's impressive. Share the video conference. Let's go with the official information. The first project is a new phase of water transfer from the Persian Gulf to Isfahan. This project is described as one of the country's most ambitious in the field of water. This project aims to stabilize the industrial and biological future of the city by reducing its dependence on the limited resources of the Zayandeh River. Iran wants to take water from the Persian Gulf and send it to the city of Isfahan, where one of the nuclear sites is located that America allegedly claimed to have struck. That's not an answer. It is an answer. When Iran is told, stop, Iran says, I won't stop. In fact, Iran finds other ways to achieve its goal. Let's go deeper. First, this initiative highlights Iranian ingenuity. You have to be really sharp to be able to think about planning such an activity. You also need a lot of financial resources. Iran is not joking. This demonstrates Iranian ingenuity in facing the water challenge and ensuring a reliable water source for a key region of Iran. Is Iran joking? Is Iran laughing with anyone? Iranians have a tough heart. They do not joke around. If the international community wants to impose sanctions on Iran just anyway, but why? I don't see why Iran should be prevented from bringing water into its territory when the population needs it. We, for example, in Africa, have water in abundance. It rains all the time in any way. We even waste water. But over there, in those countries, it doesn't rain like that. They don't really have water. That's just the first project. What's the second project? The second project is the inauguration of the largest solar power plant in Iran. That's nuclear energy. It has a capacity of 120 megawatts located in the region. It is also located in the Isfahan region. This project is notable because it is built using domestically produced panels and local technology, meaning that it is the Iranians themselves who designed and are carrying out the project. They didn't need any foreign expertise. All of this is a response. It's a clear message of resilience in the face of international pressure being exerted on Iran. It's a response. It's like saying to the West, we are continuing the development of our nation. We don't give a damn about your sanctions, etc. We keep going. If nuclear power can help us, if civilian nuclear power can help us, we will continue to use it. This is already one of the proofs, as Donald Trump said. If Donald Trump said and Netanyahu said, if we see nuclear activities resuming, we will strike again. Iran doesn't care. Iran is taking its time. Iran inaugurates. And then Iran starts the war. So what needs to be said is that this second project is part of Iran's plan to develop renewable energy and reduce its dependence on fossil fuels. This is a particularly relevant goal in the context of international sanctions that can impact the hydrocarbon sector. So it's a message of resilience in the face of pressure. The timing of these inaugurations is not insignificant. The moment they choose is a schedule that comes at a critical time, challenging Western narratives of a paralyzed Iranian economy. While people say that the Iranian economy is paralyzed, Iran is carrying out such inaugurations. It's a strong response. And so, what should be said is that for national observers, these inaugurations constitute a clear political message addressed both to foreign countries and to those who want to wage war against Iran. So, it must be said that the message is clear. Despite the pressure of war and sanctions, Iran's strategic projects continue to move forward. That's the message. Iran quietly carries on. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here is the top international news. Please share it as much as possible. I'll be back with more news shortly. That was the voice of your one and only Samurai.